This says the absolute state of World of Warcraft in the year of our Lord 2025. Did y'all see this clip being bounced around?
I just saw screenshots of it. I didn't see the clip.
Okay, so this is not of the Wheelchair Warrior, which we'll get to in just a second, but it does give you a nice little peek into some of the characters here.
Stop this! Dinath fought to save all of Azeroth. He sold us out so the Alliance and Horde could wage war in Kar-Zalgar. You'll never understand. For Erazor! The Red Dawn will rise again.
No! Do not make her a martyr. Our history will read. Faerun, true daughter of the Arathi, allowed Marin to live without her title and name. The Red Dawn vanished from the Highlands forever.
This is not over.
What?
Gripping. Look at this guy down here. I just noticed this little guy walk up in the corner.
He's super colorful compared to everybody else.
Everybody
Where's
here.
the wheelchair guy? I thought there was a wheelchair.
There is a
not in this
wheelchair
one.
guy. Yes. Here we go. We have this next year. So this is what World of Warcraft looks like in 2025. A paladin with a prosthetic shield arm and a guy in a magical wheelchair. Fantasy universe in full swing right here. So yes, notice the prosthetic shield arm here. Something that I don't know if people picked up on the left side.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me that much. People lost their arms all the time.
But here's the here's the wheelchair guy, right?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Now-
Is that a magical wheelchair?
It
Why
is
would
a
you just
magic.
magic your legs to work again?
Well, that you bring up really good questions here, Flash. Now,
Can I go into this a little bit?
yes, of course,
Because-
Ike.
I played World of Warcraft like crazy. I have like combined over all those years, played time about a year logged in, and
Wow.
I had a lot of playtime with it. And seeing where Blizzard is going with Warcraft these days, it's just ridiculous. Especially with that guy in the wheelchair, is Khadgar. It's like pretty much the most powerful human wizard out there. And you're telling me now he needs a magical wheelchair instead of just going to a priest and fucking heal his spine or whatever issue he has, because probably they put in a story about it's unhealable, it is a curse, which it's just ridiculous at this point. I hate it. I hate
That's
everything
so
what Blizzard
stupid.
does. You know,
It's floating. What's even the point of it? What the fuck?
As I said,
on top of that,
if they want to put a wheelchair guy in, wow, go ahead. But like somebody had to point out the idea that it's floating, hence entirely defeating the idea of needing said wheels. Like it just doesn't make any sense at all.
That's
to me.
dumb. And you know what's
Oh.
even more stupid about all of this shit that they're doing? And it's not just World of Warcraft. You see this shit in like Dungeons and Dragons now and all kinds of shit. You know, nobody in a wheelchair wants that. It's literally there probably because some white fucking cunt wanted it in there, and they put it in there because it made her feel better. You know, the fantasy for someone in a wheelchair is to walk again.
For a lot of them, yeah. Well, and here's the thing is people say like World of Warcraft has had wheelchairs before, and they have. They have. Like this is from Cataclysm right here, right? Got the dude in the wheelchair. Okay, that's fine. But once again, why is this one fucking floating? It doesn't make sense to me at all. Oh my God.
but even with Drektar, that was like stupid at that point already. Like I said, it's a magical world. People are being healed all the time. It makes zero sense. So whoever put that in the story in the first place should have been fired immediately and just.
It's a white woman.
and
I
probably-
would bet $100 on it. That is a white woman that came up with that idea to put that in there.
I would like to double your odds and say I'll bet $200 in that, because I guarantee that it wasn't some wheelchair guy who was like, I'd really, you know, someone who can't walk in a wheelchair being like, I'd really like to feel represented here. I bet it was some white 20-something going up to the guy in the wheelchair going, wouldn't it be nice to feel represented here? Right, which is Big
Yep.
difference. Now, this is Activision Blizzard here. Now, guys, I don't know if you know this, but they are big on diversity, equity, and inclusion, as stated on their website here. This is from the 2022 version here.
Wait a minute, Blizzard. No wonder it sucks now.
Yeah, there we go. And hey, I want to let you know, guys, that diversity does fuel innovation. Which what a corporate bullshit catchphrase that is, huh? Diversity fuels innovation. Oh, does it? Okay. Please back it up with stats. So our people, our culture here, and look, did you notice that they have all these things over here? Look at all these different networks they have here. The Asian Pacific Islander Employee Network, the Black Employee Network, the Disabled Employee Network, the Indigenous and Aboriginal Employee Network, the LGBT No Q Employee Network, the Multicultural Employee Network. I don't even know what is Somos. I don't even know what that is.
Can't you just have? Could you just have them?
Could have what? Sorry, Flash. You bounced on
Work
that.
in indigenous.
Wouldn't you? I mean, I think you just want to combine it all into one, right?
I'm just saying. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What is Swana?
I don't know. I don't know what Swana or Somos is.
I've never heard of either of those.
You know,
Those are new ones.
Swana Solid Waste Association of North America.
Solid waste. So
I'm pretty
What?
sure it's not what that
I have
means
questions
in this
now.
context.
Yeah,
I
Blaz,
don't think-
that'd be a very niche group of communities who work in the solid waste community and also Blizzard. I'm just kidding. But you know, this is kind of what happens. And don't forget, guys, even this year, make sure you guys celebrate Pride with Blizzard's 2025 Pride collection. Hey, make sure you guys
that's
it's
go.
the
it
trans
means.
colors.
Mhm.
So is that what Pride is now? It's just for trans people?
Well, of course, this goes back to 2023. Hey, nonstop, all the time. All the time. You know what I feel like we should do whenever we dive deep into this nonsense and we're talking about floating wheelchairs and video games and stuff and
Oh,
what?
sorry. So it means Southwest Asian and North African.
Oh, that's good. Also,
Yeah, that's important to those 3 billion peoples. We can combine them together.
And I really had to search for this. I did Swana. Kept saying waste. I was like Swana Blizzard. Then it was like talking about an actual blizzard, like a natural disaster. And I was like Swana Blizzard Activision. Then I
Wait, wait.
finally got it.
hold on, back up real quick. Back up real fast. It's what?
Based on provided results, SWANA is an acronym that stands for Southwest Asian and North African.
Okay, hold on. So is it just like 3 guys who work at, or like 3 ladies at
It's
Blizzard?
like for 3 people.
Right. They're like, we are the collective of Swana.
Every
What
one of those networks is ran by a woman.
Definitely. Okay, Blabs, what is Somos? Somos. S-O-M-O-S. Because none.
Useless jobs and women kind of go hand in hand sometimes.
I'm glad they have a veterans employee network. That's good. You know, there's no just men's employee network. Why? There's a women's one. Why is there not a men's one?
Isn't it not linked and nothing there? If you click on that Somos
Nope.
thing.
Nope.
So Somos is an employee network for Latina, Latino, and Latinate employees and allies.
Wait, hold on. Say that one more time, just so we're all on the same page.
Latina,
Hold
so
on.
feminine. Latino for like masculine. And they're saying Latinate with an E at the end of it. Employees and allies.
Okay. When you say and allies at the end, it opens it up to everybody.
I guess they're no longer just employees then. I guess everybody can come in. Like
Right.
the guy who works at McDonald's can just join in.
Why is the Latino guy got to work at McDonald's, Blabs?
Yeah, that's kind of racist.
I was just
Blabs.
giving like an example.
Really fucked up, Blabs.
Why
Just-
did this example pop in your head up first?
Yeah, I know.
Because
Wow,
like a
Blabs.
random job like McDonald's.
But Latino?
Say, that's
Listen,
pretty fucked
whatever,
up.
man. I could have been like an Indian person who works at the gas station, but I didn't do that, did I?
Whoa! Whoa, Blabs! Whoa!
Anyway.
Whoa! Can we just ease up on the stereotypes a little bit, guys? Just
I'm
saying.
sorry. How many times do I get this a day?
Guys, I am a offended right now by Blabs' just snark responses with his stereotyping.
Do you want
today.
some pearls?
I'm so upset right now. Modest came in with a 5, says, bada bing! No, I'm just kidding. No. Hey, now let's not forget, though, that there is the King's Diversity Space Tool, which is a leap forward in inclusion in gaming right here. Which, by the way, you could adjust based off of the cultural, gender identity, ethnicity. These are all wonderful diversity space tools. So there we go. We talk about insanity in video games. They take the things you love and then they just drop their pants and slowly drop a big old dookie on it. This is a really good example. Ike, as a longtime World of WarCraft player, does this make you want to go back and dive back in?
Heck no. They lost me pretty much at that point when they told us, well, it's a little bit offensive if you put /spit on an NPC. So at that point, they disabled their options entirely. And they pretty much lost me there. That was like, 2019-ish? Something like that.
Well,
fuck them.
Activision
Sorry.
Blizzard is the same company that says they're moving away from teabagging because, so there's that. The whole thing is just such a mess and sad. Activision Blizzard, that's where you get it. Anyways, good luck to this guy. Looks like he's like making his way off into space. He's just like slowly taking off.
So stupid.
Stop. Scotty, beat me up.
Just blasting slowly off into space. I love that idea.
So dumb.
The question is, does he need repair on his magical wheelchairs from time to time?
Yeah. How much damage does it take?
Tightening the screws and shit.
I was doing a little research on this, and when
Of course you were.
Well, I was. Why would I not do research? I think it's very important.
On like damage of wheelchairs?
No. Of
I was
wheelchairs.
like, I wonder how much damage, And Craig's like, well, I did some research.
No. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Because there was something I saw that was talking about when we were talking about this. And Flash, you thought this was actually a D&D thing, right? You thought this was originally from Dungeons and Dragons, right?
The wheelchair picture?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I knew that one, but I remember when it first got big, it was the little thing you were showing before we started the stream, that little figure of the wheelchair guy.
Well, I was doing a little bit of digging on wheelchairs in video games today, which was not on my list of things that I planned on doing research about. But when I was doing that, I found a thing about wheelchairs in Dungeons and Dragons, and apparently it's like super overpowered having a wheelchair in Dungeons and Dragons, and that it actually. I want to make sure I pull this up and say this the right way. Oh yeah, here it is, right here. So they have a combat wheelchair in Dungeons and Dragons, and your speed becomes 30 here. You can control the chair telepathically. The chair benefits from any spells that are cast on you. The chair takes no hit points, but this is probably my favorite one. You gain extra movement going down. You gain extra movement going downhill.
You get acceleration points.
Just somebody just like, whee!
What if you encounter stairs, though?
Yes. Well, that's when it turns into
-5.
magic.
You just throw the stairs move down. Done.
Just spectacular.
Make a
stuff.
spell of stairs.
Oh, I love it. Yes. She's like, what am I going to do? Your dad said you should hit the subscribe button. Don't disappoint dad.